Welcome to the First 40 Sports Show with the squad. It's Black Thought Icewater and yours truly, Puma. Let's go to the NBA first, man. And I want to go to the power rankings because I didn't expect this with 10 games into the season. You got the Cavaliers first, followed by the Warriors, the Celtics, the Thunder, the Nuggets. The Nuggets was struggling early in the season. They find themselves in the number 5 spot. You got the Suns, you have the Grizzlies, you have the Lakers. Didn't expect the Lakers to be there. You have the Knicks at number 9. You have the Pacers at number 10. The Clippers are at number 11, even without Kawhi Leonard. And the Orlando Magic is in that 12th spot of the power rankings. But, you know, the Milwaukee Bucks are not there. There are a few teams that we thought was going to be there. The Philadelphia 76ers, they're not there. But let's focus on the Milwaukee Bucks, man. I'm going to go with you, Black. What the hell is happening with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Greek Freak, man?
Here's what happened with the Milwaukee Bucks. When you allow the Greek Freak to play owner, general manager, and everything else, that's what happened with that team. Let's face it, last year that coach, he didn't like the coach. He wanted Damian, they got Damian. He didn't like the coach, he got the coach fired. You brought in a coach that everybody knew can't coach out of a paper bag. Now y'all playing no defense. Everybody's basically running around. If Damian doesn't score 40, he scores 30, there's no chance for win. 2-8? 2-8. Think about it, man. That team is basically done. The question is now they're going to fire Doc. That's what's the question. They're going to fire Doc and move on. But other than that, man, it's like they allow him, that's when you do that to a team, you allow a player that's not capable of making those decisions, make those decisions for you. This is what you have. I'll say this real quick out of the way. That's why OKC for years after the Durant left were in trouble because they were allowing Westbrook to dictate what was going on with that team. Think about that right now. Russell Westbrook is your general manager and he's playing basketball. Hello.
Well, Black, you know, LeBron's been doing it for years.
But let me just say this.
Yeah.
When you do it and he's successful, no one can question you. And that's the problem. LeBron basically did it, in the pan up. When he brought Cleveland a championship and it happened, who's going to come behind it? I say the same thing for him too. But who's going to come behind it and do it? Now look at LA now. He's been doing it in LA. What we got now?
Yeah. All right. Who's to blame in Milwaukee? Because people are going after the Greek Freak for trying to force all these changes. They're looking at Doc Rivers because Doc Rivers, they gave him a little pass at the beginning of this, on the mid-season last season because he just took over a team that won 30 games. They were in first place and all that other stuff, and then all of a sudden the wheels fall off. Who's to blame there?
Man, look, like I said, the part you got to think about is a couple of things. First of all, as Blackthorn mentioned about putting the Greek Freak up and making personnel decisions. I mean, sometimes people are just great basketball players. You don't know what chemistry's like. It's a lot going on. The whole Damian Lillard thing is like, I don't understand. I guess they thought that was just gonna happen through osmosis. He gonna come, everybody gonna get along. No, it's a whole. You gotta have the mindset to be unselfish. Not saying he's not trying, but you gotta have the mindset when you playing with people and you go, look, okay, this is how I fit on this team. I'm gonna be unselfish. I'm gonna get everybody. I'm gonna get myself right mentally, and I'm gonna be able to help other people get better. And that's what you got to do. You got to be able to play a role. And I'm not sure if that's the case. So I'm looking at the front office for sure, but I'm also looking at you gotta look at Doc Rivers, man, because it's like Doc Rivers, come on, bro. I mean, you've been there. Let's look at it. You done had Lob City. You was in Boston. You done had players. So you can only get one because Garnett, Ray Allen hit a couple shots and they really wanted it. But now, when you go push over the edge and do something, and the way they sound like now, Greek Freak is like my lady says too cold in Milwaukee. We ready to move. So I'm just saying, you don't know what the hell he's thinking because it's not working. It's not working. A lot of the guys I thought before, Middleton's what? He's still out. The guy you could really count on. He's getting older. I just don't know. I mean, they used to have a bench where they really could rely on guys if somebody got hurt for 6, 8 weeks. You didn't worry about it because they kept moving on. But they've been losing guys. Well, didn't they have DiVincenzo for a minute?
Yeah, they did.
He went out to Phoenix. I mean, you need dudes like that to just go. They don't care, man. You give them a couple dollars and they're running the wall. You need guys like that when the other guys are not making it happen.
Let me stay with you on this one. Golden State, they don't seem to be missing Clay Thompson. How do you explain them being number 2 in the power rankings right now?
First of all, I'm gonna tell you something. I think, and I know they don't want to hear it. Clay was great for what Clay did while they was making that run, but they showing you this never was about Clay. Clay, you an add on. Like I'm gonna get into a little bit later about a long snapper. You an add on. Remember your place, bro. Remember your place. You an add on. So with that being said, Clay was solid for what he did. But remember when the last time they won the championship, Clay was hurt and he really didn't show up. Wiggins showed up. It was Wiggins and Curry. And Curry legitimized himself as a legend in the game because he started going to the hole. He showed you, y'all think all I'm do is shoot jumpers? I'm about to guide this team to a championship, and that's what he did. So Clay getting his money now and down there shooting a couple of jumpers. And they even said too, the little rumors that Clay was second guessing himself going to Dallas. When they keep rolling like they are, hell yeah, you second guessing yourself. You didn't want to leave. You see what happens in Dallas. That's all I'm saying. We know who Dallas is. Dallas is missing a couple pieces, and they got rid of a couple guys too that were monumental in their run last year with the Jones kid. Then he go to Clippers. You just can't just throw people around and make and act like it's going to be automatic again. So I don't know. I just think that Golden State is solid. They know what they do. They bring in certain things. And last point on this Golden State train is this. You got to bring your people that's hungry as hell because they ain't won before. That's why Buddy Hield look like a damn all-star right now. Buddy Hield ain't been winning. Buddy Hield don't know what it's like to get that. And once you get that taste of that sweet nectar, you want more. Anthony Davis. I'm going to leave that right there. Y'all Google that.
Black, I remember you saying a couple of weeks ago, Clay is going to be fine in Dallas, and Golden State said, hey, good luck to you. We're rolling in Golden State right now.
Bro, you never look back at the girlfriend that walked away, man. You just don't. You go to the next one. You go to the next bus stop, you pick up the next one, bro. I don't know why we're talking about Cliff. I want to say it's about Golden State, though. It's a little early. I'm liking what I see. It's a little early. One thing I've noticed with this helping them kind of be at where they are, the West ain't come out the bag that strong, bro. Denver's not showing up that strong. OKC ain't showing up that strong. Phoenix is kind of doing what they want to do, basically. Durant kind of running and gunning. So to me, I want to check back, about 30, 40 games from now and see what Golden State is really hanging. Because I like what they're doing. I like where they're going. I don't know if they keep that going for the whole season. That's the only question I have right now. Right now, they're looking good, but I'm not sure if they can be maintained long term.
All right, let's go to college football. Oregon's still holding on to that number 1 spot. Ohio State steady at number 2, but Miami, I knew it was coming sooner or later that they were going to lose one. They almost lost one a few weeks ago, and they came back. But you can't just keep playing ball like that. You got to ball out this time of year, and they take it on the chin. I don't know how it's going to affect the rankings tomorrow when they come out with the new list for the playoffs. Texas still holding steady. Penn State, they kind of got back in the saddle again, and they're trying to make a move. You got Indiana still undefeated. I had a chance to watch BYU. Don't know about them. Notre Dame, I think they're going to benefit from that loss to Georgia Tech. The Georgia Tech kind of put a spanking on Miami. I think that will benefit Notre Dame to get them a solid spot in the top 12. Alabama, I think Georgia should be where Alabama is, and they should be holding hands in that 12-game playoff right now. But if you get a chance, you got to check out the man at Boise State. Got a chance to watch him this weekend. A guy so little and so powerful, and they're trying to get they're trying to get Dallas to recruit him because God knows Dallas need a lot of help, especially with the running game.
Yeah, but right now, I mean, things play out where they're supposed to. I'm gonna say a little editorial comment because right now you run out of options. You got to do something. So I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get back on college football. So I don't know if the Boise State guy gonna help him, whoever gonna help him, Shador or whoever. You got to get Pat to that point first of all. But what can you say? Miami lost. What we're finding out more than anything, I think, is the fact that, like I said before, there is no super teams, right? He's got to be careful. Michigan gave Indiana all they wanted. They were really like a pass away from to possibly, going down. So you got to just stay close and stay tight, stay close to the best and do what you can do. Indiana is flowing right now. but we're gonna see in 2 weeks. See what they made of. And they might be real. I mean, first time winning what 10 games in school history or whatever. That's great and all. That's great to put a plaque up. That ain't where you're trying to go. So there's a lot of things. And Notre Dame is, Notre Dame still has Army. I mean, you say the Army didn't play great last week, but I think they're gonna give Notre Dame all that they wanted. So right now, you just have to stay real close and real tight. No matter how you win, you just got to keep winning. And I think you see teams are close to the vest. Georgia's tight, Alabama's tight. Texas is a little tight. Ohio, everybody's tight, 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 tight. The only team really looks like they're really just gonna blow everybody out because I think the schedule's conducive to it is Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon should probably run the table, but other than that, everybody like hold on tight. I mean, look at Mississippi, bro.
Yeah.
Mississippi, like, look, I told y'all it took me 22 years. But damn it, I finally won a game them now.
Black, I was looking at the Colorado game. Deion got them boys playing really well. They're ranked number 20th, and there's talks that if they get into their conference championship, they can find their way in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this season, man. It really is when you think about the 12 games. Teams that or schools that we thought never have a possibility, yeah, they're looking pretty good right now. I want to say something else about Deion. I saw a video the other day, and they were saying this don't make it to the screen, but he has this young man before the game go to the goal line and inside end zone. They kneel down, they pray. And we forget that college men or young men, they go to school, the coach basically should take on somewhat of a father role image. And Deion is doing that. On top of it, he's winning, he's recruiting well. So I give my props to him. I look at Penn State. I thought they was going to drop much lower when they lost to Ohio State that week. I was surprised. For some reason, they're trying to keep them in there. I thought they're going to drop down a little lower. To me, right now, Georgia and Alabama, I don't care where they put them, they're an afterthought. They're not as strong as they used to be. But like I said, Oregon is a team that basically it's going to be hard to blow the doors off them by the time we get to the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting. But he's right. A lot of teams are kind of basically holding their breath, don't know what's going on. And I think we got some more surprises to come, man. I don't think we're done yet. It's going to get a little more rocky before it's all said and done.
Yeah, let's go to NFL football, man. And if you want to be entertained and you're not a Bears fan, go to the 670 Score on iHeartRadio. I never really advertise any other stuff. And listen to the Bear fans cry and come to a realization that this team is really not that good and that they really want the coach out of here. And like I said, one of my coworkers said this a few weeks ago. He gives Caleb 5 games. Well, he lasted 5 games, but this coach is going to get him killed. It wasn't Jason Fields' fault. It's the coach. I keep telling you for the last 3 years, folks, it's the coach. Black, your thoughts on the NFL and who seems to be the teams of destiny in the NFL?
Real quick, man. I think Caleb Williams, I think they basically did him a disservice. But I'm going to say this when I say they. The draft, specialists, the people, Mel Kiper, the rest of them. This cat is not a natural, basically under the center quarterback, man. A lot of his plays in college came off, off script, doing certain things. And what they did when they saw that, they automatically said he's the next Patrick Mahomes. He's not, bro. He is not even close. Yes, he's on a bad team, but he looks lost back there, man. He has no idea. He's holding the ball when he's let the ball go through. He's lost. He's just basically lost another bad regime. But if I'm going to pick 2 teams, man, it's obvious right now. The Detroit Lions, when your quarterback can throw 5 interceptions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you find a way to shut that team down in the second half and beat them, man, I actually want them off Thanksgiving. Only bad thing about this year, everything, so we can play the Chicago Bears, so it's like the same thing. I know, man.
Please,
and then we got to sit through the Cowboys, too.
Switch out Dallas, please. Switch out Dallas, please.
Yes, we got to sit through. It's time for them both at times. I think they should have the way they could basically flex out of that. But I will say this, man. I'm going to kind of leave the rest to ice, but I want to say something about the Cowboys. Not necessarily them. The linemen. How after a loss, bro, you're not even playing. You come out there ripping the coach and acting like you're the freaking general manager, man. Somebody need to punch him in the mouth. I'm sorry, bro. Because those players, at least out there trying to do the best they can. Yeah, they look bad. Everything look bad, but you're all a bad team. Don't come out there and rip the coach and act like his coaching fault. That, to me, is just – I don't get it, man. And you haven't done nothing in this league yet. You have one decent season, and you're acting like you're Lawrence Taylor Jr. Shut the fuck up.
Ice, your thoughts on the NFL, but who seems to be the teams of destiny? I got like 3 or 4 teams that I'll pick, and I'll pick after you guys pick.
Well, definitely you gotta say Detroit. I just like the way they play. They play with energy, playing with edge. Even if they don't score like 45 points, defense is ready. I think they really are they got a really bad taste in their mouth from last year. They got something to prove. And I'm not sure how far they want to go, but that alone is taking them a long way. And the quarterback's starting to step up a little bit. And I think they really want to prove to everybody that they're worthy. And we don't know if that's Super Bowl or not, but I bet you in that locker room for them, it's probably Super Bowl or bust. They're probably saying that right now. So I'm definitely gonna say Detroit. Also too, I gotta say Baltimore, man. I know the defense is scary, and you don't know what the hell who they're gonna do, what they're gonna show up. But they just kind of playing their way through. It's like, yeah, okay, we don't need to look pretty. We just need to do enough because I think when it matters, Mr. Henry's gonna step up. We know Jackson's gonna step up this year. The defense can play well, and they got a couple of receivers. Even Mark Andrews is starting to come on as a tight end, so they can be very dangerous from the standpoint of you don't know what is going to jump a little bit Jekyll and Hyde, but they have the ability. Once Jackson starts running, Marmar, that's a whole different monster. Other than that, I'd say even though it's not pretty, I like this team. I like the way they played yesterday. I like the way Pittsburgh played. Pittsburgh played well, and I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna say this to you. Russell Wilson looks like he's back in Seattle, bro. I was like, you see that spot? We just put it right there. I was like, ooh. And somebody, look, he's starting to feel himself a little bit right now. Starting to feel real good. And not only for that is good for them, but also too, it's showing Justin Fields, hey, look, you winning ball games. When you get in, if you happen to get in, this is what we need you to do. This is how you play the game. And you say what you want to, Chicago. All I know is that your great quarterback that y'all swear y'all had to have because Justin Fields was so horrible, he had 73 yards passing with 7 minutes to go in the game. End up with 120 and some change. So it's still Justin Fields' fault, right? I know Justin Fields like, damn, I'm so glad I don't hear about it. Yeah, because you keep who you gonna blame now? So it just goes on and on. And last but not least, I ain't even gonna talk about that thing in Dallas. I'm gonna leave that right there. But I was impressed yesterday. He always just give me a little bit. That's all I need. If he just can get over the hump and be more consistent team-wise too. That little man in Arizona, boy. I think they finally see that Marvin Harrison is the real deal. He got him another one. And hey, they're not gonna win nothing major, but they're always a threat. And now you got another threat too, along a person who can throw long balls to them. Hey, it's just a matter of time. If they can just get something, be consistent. You got a good running back right now. Work on your defense, build a little bit. Don't do nothing crazy. You can get better. That's the point of the NFL. Quit trying to catch it all in at once.
Yeah, I got to go with Detroit. They played with so much grit. I mean, there was no way they were supposed to win that game yesterday, and they've just found a way. I got to go to Kansas City with the help of the Zebras because there've been some non-calls with them. It's like, come on, y'all got to call in on both sides. Number 74, I don't know his name, but he jumps early every time. They don't call it. I mean, they let 2 guys just come on the left side of the line yesterday. Watch that play at the kickoff where the guys just sat down like they were in some kind of skit or something. I don't know. I got to say Baltimore. I want to see what Pittsburgh does with Baltimore next week. But I got to say Baltimore because the way the season started and where they are now, it's like, okay, they can do no wrong. And I'm just going to leave it at the 3. I got some words for the Giants. Saquon Barkley wouldn't have fumbled the ball in overtime. Okay, let's go with last second shots. Black.
In my last second shot, we might get there too, man. But I'm going to say this. Debo, you put your hand in the right cat. Because to me, your ass deserves to be whipped for what you wear coming into the game. Well, less putting your hands on somebody, bro. I'm just saying like it is, man. I understand you frustrated. I don't know what Cat said to you, but we keep a grab his throat. But you grab the right one. That's what punks do sometimes. They pick on people they know it's not going to fight back. Because if you grab the right one, trust me, your ass should have been laid out.
Ice?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay right there. This is gonna be definitely different little contrast. I understand you never should put your hands on anybody, particularly with a teammate, no matter how mad you are. But also, I'm gonna say with the flip side, so I never condone violence upon your teammates or really on anyone. But also at the same time, the way that it dropped down, the field goal kicker missed 3 field goals that they really needed. Debo apparently went up to him and said, "Yo, hey man, come on now, lock in. We need you. We need you." Which happens in sport. You ever play any sports? Somebody might be struggling. So, yo, man, come on now, lock in. He didn't grab him, man. He didn't get in his face. He said, "You need to lock in." All of a sudden, the long snapper, not the holder, the long snapper, took a little offense to what he said to the man. Went over to him and said something about it, whatever. And Debo reacted crazy, which he shouldn't have done. But at the same time, it's amazing. I ain't saying that you should ever put your hands on them. I'm gonna preface that. But it's amazing how that works. The long snapper's like, well, we're specialists. We know what we're doing. You ain't no damn specialist. You a long snapper. The kicker is the specialist. Okay? Let's get that right. You ain't even a holder. The kicker is the specialist. You lucky to be make sure that you ready to put the ball where it is. The kicker and his holder are the guys. Last point. I've never said that again. I said it again. He should put his hands on him. But isn't it ironic that the man kicked a 50-yard field goal to win the game? And he said, what about you think somebody apologized? Nah. He said, I know I'm supposed to make it. So a little encouragement minus the hands or choking. All I'm saying, they won the game. Put it in perspective. Long snapper, be careful, bro. Watch your plays. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna leave that right there.
Yeah, NFL, NBA, y'all need a dress code. Y'all seriously need a dress code because a lot of these guys are dressing real zesty. I mean, real zesty. Or just take the cameras out the back in the stadiums and all that stuff. And players, you want to dress that way. Just come out and say it. Just come out, be who you are, and because you've shown it already. So just be who you are. But you're doing this in front of kids, man. You're doing it in front of kids, man. So either put a dress code in where these guys have to be business professionals, or just come out and say who you are. We don't care. We don't care. We're gonna watch the games. But this zestiness, not a good look for men. That's my opinion. That's our show. We'll see you next week.